Hey guys, how are you? This is the bonus episode from the 7th of April. This is called Alti Iso. And before we ended the session, we wanted to bring back what she was saying. I thought it was important for her to say it. I wanted her to have her ISO moment to be able to get off all of what she was saying, and it fit. So we were don't snatch your teeth and do that. That's how you set up the show. It's called teeing up.
Tee it up.
Okay, that's CNN talk.
That's not CNN talk.
That's the industry,
No,
broadcast
that's
industry.
from my industry.
Tee
That's
up,
not what we
tee
say.
up. All right, so we talked about. I led with. I said, "I'll catalyst you." I said, find a good wife, and I said, "Ladies, what do y'all need?" And I said, "Y'all date Jesus," and you said, "Don't do that, don't do that." So I said, "Why?"
No, you said waiting for y'all to be found.
Found.
Or
That's what I'm
something.
saying. Wait for you to be found. So now you said what?
And I said, let us not forget that Eve was created because it was not good for Adam to be alone. My foot is right here.
Tell the people why.
Why you?
Stop it when you done.
Why is it like this?
It's
Anyway,
go.
so I was saying that I watched the episode of Lecrae's podcast with his wife, and it was really, really good. She's typically behind the scenes, so has been for years. And he finally convinced her to come on the podcast from being behind the scenes. And it was a really great episode, but one of the things that stood out to me was how he was talking about how he's pretty much he's taken her on some interesting adventures. And one of them was living in the hood because he felt compelled to minister to that specific neighborhood. And he said that he was like, how did you feel about that? Because you didn't complain. You didn't say, oh, I don't like it here. We got kids. Why we here? And she was like, oh, no. She said, I truly trust that God gave you the vision that you are then, executing out. So because of that, I just trust your leadership. Because I know God told you to do that. So we going. And there was a moment of conviction, ooh, right? But it was a moment of clarity as well, because when they met, they were young. They grew up together. And I think there is a difference between building with someone while you're young versus building with someone and both of you are pretty established. I think there's a difference. And I think along with that difference comes experience. Experience with being let down. Experience with people saying that God has told them to do stuff, and meanwhile it's them and their ego, that kind of thing. And so as I am feeling that place of conviction to it, I also received the clarity of it is different. They were in different seasons, right? So and you have to kind of surrender once you identify okay, I'm not there, right? I'm meeting someone and I am established, he's established, we're building together. That process of submission looks different. It looks different. It doesn't mean that it's absent. That's not what we are called to do. But it looks different. I can't lead. I can't be led blindly. You gotta tell me where we going. and not even needing all the details. I just need to know you have a vision. You're not just saying, oh, let's go here. That's weird. Where are we going, right? A GPS at least, expects you to put in an address before it goes. So where are we going? So that was something that stood out for me And I wanted to share because that episode is great. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. His wife is pretty cool. But yeah, ladies, if wherever you are in your life, whatever phase you are in your life, I would say continue to surrender that to God, and really honor that inner voice within yourself, because I hope that's typically the Holy Spirit guiding you, and we the ones that be like, I don't, is that, I don't, I'm gonna go this way. So just listen. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Meanwhile, he just left me here, so I'm done.
No, wait. Now, tee you up. CNN terms.
It's not CNN terms.
How do you juxtapose what you said? How do you juxtapose that with the Pinky Cole conversation about how she felt about her husband's success as she was dealing with the things that she was dealing with?
So that was another episode, that was another podcast I listened to with Pinky Cole. She's dope, by the way. But I think that...
Don't tell me, tell the people. How do you there was a justification question.
I think that... Stop. I think that is a great example, honestly, of what I was just talking about.
How so?
Because Pinky's husband came into their marriage already building something.
Right.
She was also building something.
Right.
And she was very clear in saying they didn't try to merge the two.
Right.
He had his business, she had her business. And they were going, right? And then...
That's a whole nother conversation.
And then as they were on their paths
right.
of building, granted together, but like, you know, the only time they went in the other person's lane is if the other person said, hey, I need help over here,
True.
right? So as they were building, Pinky's business was starting to feel the woes of growth. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, her husband's was thriving. So she's literally having some of the toughest times as an entrepreneur, and he's literally being propelled into his season. And she mentioned that seesaw, and she was like, can you imagine, you know, your husband is at the peak and you're literally about to file for bankruptcy to you know, salvage and sustain the continuation of your business, and being in a low place when he's in a very high place, and then identifying that because y'all are together, he wants to celebrate with her, but then she's also in a state of depression. So he was trying to be considerate and mindful of her space while also experiencing joy. And she's trying to experience the joy with him while also being in depression. So she was saying that like there were moments where like they literally be in bed together and it was just her and God. Like he right beside her, it's her and God. Like, so it was, yeah. I think hers was
help me because I didn't hear what you just said. Like I didn't hear that. Help me.
Yeah.
With what I'm about to say. I heard selfishness. I didn't hear togetherness. I heard a lot of I, and not we as a unit. And I could be wrong because I'm not in their relationship, but I'm just saying from the conversation and what you just said, it felt like a lot of I's and a not no we's. Because how I see it is, if I'm up, you up. If you up, I'm up.
Yes, which is
so
very
was she
true.
Breaking down what her emotional state was with those statements? Okay.
Yeah, because even if you up and I'm up, but I'm over here, think about last year. If you up and I'm up, and yet I'm going through this crazy thing of what I have been building for years, and I'm watching it crash before my eyes, and I'm trying to hold the pieces together, but I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you, and oh my gosh, what is happening over here? This is what I have been building. I love you. I want to be right here. Oh my goodness. Like, God, what is happening? Like, that's what she was experiencing.
But I wasn't up. I was the same when you met me. When you met me, I was the head coach, and then when you was going through it, I was the head coach. I was even. I wasn't up.
But I do think that I
I
feel.
got up because of you. If you was down, I was sorry.
But I think that's what she was talking about.
Okay.
Like because it is possible that one spouse can be having great momentum in their career, and then the other one is totally opposite.
Gotcha.
It's a total opposite. So then what do, right? Because you want to be like, oh yeah, let's focus on the one that's doing great. But the reality is the person's still feeling what they're feeling.
Gotcha.
Like they're still, and from her seat, she was like, I don't want to come to my husband with all of this depressed energy, as she calls it. Yeah. So she just, tried to navigate, and she was very open, and she said it was challenging. Like it was hard for them in their season.
Got you. So how you close this Alti Iso?
Listen, I was about to close it, and you was like,
this is a new segment we just added.
Yeah, I literally did at the beginning. I liked it before you was like,
but I want to introduce this more. Because you didn't have I'm trying to see how this works. This worked out pretty well. The Alti Iso, I like it.
Okay.
It's ISO play. Clear out for Alti. I just need you to transition better and be more...
Listen.
Be more...
Look.
No, I'm saying be more enthused about your ISO. People want to hear it from you. That's what the numbers say. You don't want to be a star. It's fine. I'll get easy.
I don't.
The whole point is you got something to share with the people.
I
you
understand.
You do it on Facebook all the time. Everybody talk about, oh, you wrote this, and then now you get up and you acting you can't talk to the people.
It's not about that.
How do I you down? Because you're not. You got a whole podcast and you got a brand.
I think when the last time that podcast had a season.
But how you behind the scenes? Your face is...
God fought with me so hard on that thing.
AltiMixNicole.com. You got a whole website. See, I just plugged you right there. People gonna go and they gonna see your big old head on the screen.
Anywho.
Alti Iso coming to a Facebook page near you. You want to leave something to the people so they can engage you? Y'all do a lot of girl, how you support your husband? That's what we'll talk about. How you reach Alti Iso. Alti Iso is the new show that we just brought to the Alti and James Network. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.
You so mean to me.